Beyond my personal and professional struggles, I found myself increasingly frustrated with the direction of the country. The government, which should have protected its people, instead bailed out the very institutions that had triggered the crisis. George W. Bush had left behind a legacy of war, economic instability, and growing inequality, and though Barack Obama's election was a moment of hope, it soon became clear that hope alone could not undo years of damage. The country felt rudderless, still reeling from old wounds while new political and economic fault lines were forming. The U.S. itself seemed to be slipping into stagnation. The post-recession years felt eerily like the early stages of Japan's lost decade, a period of slow economic decay, diminishing prospects, and a growing disillusionment among young professionals. Fringe movements were gaining momentum, first with Ron Paul's libertarianism, which later evolved into Bernie Sanders' democratic socialism, and then, in the extreme direction, with the rise of MAGA. The country felt like it was veering toward a state of perpetual polarization. Meanwhile, everyday life was becoming more difficult. The cost of living soared, housing remained unaffordable, and stable career paths became increasingly rare. Socially, alienation was breeding new subcultures. Incels, disaffected gig workers, a generation forced into precarious contract work with no stability. It felt like the country was slowly fracturing, and I no longer saw a future in it.